What's up, guys? This is freaking ouch. I hit myself in the face again. This is Dragon Rift Gaming and
Bear Evans.
we're doing another top 5. And what's this top 5 again?
This top 5 is going to be on weapons. Again, following the whole zombie theme. We're really behind for doing this for this month, so we're kind of going to be plowing them out really close together, which sucks for you guys, but hopefully you'll still enjoy everything.
Oh, I forgot to mention this in the last video. I have a haircut.
Indeed, got it all chopped off.
Continue, Drew.
Okay, so everybody has a particular weapon that they always use in the movies or talk about using in real life. We kind of narrowed it down to general categories for this top 5. We might do a top 5 of actual weapons that people might choose. But starting off today, coming in at number 5, we have shotguns and assault rifles, which also includes just regular rifles.
It's just like, it's, in my opinion, guns are the last thing you want to use, mainly because if you are going to use a gun, that's going to have to be your last resort, because if you're not if the zombies aren't making any noise, if this is a zombie apocalypse, or if you're being hunted down by someone, the one thing you want to do the least of is to make sound. You don't want to make sound at all, or else you're a goner.
So with that, we didn't want to rule them out completely. So bumping up to number 4, we have silenced guns. Because
So
handguns
and such.
An important part of survival in a zombie apocalypse. But again, like Dragon Rift said, you want them to be used as a last resort. It's either if you start to become overwhelmed by a horde, or if you're fighting off other survivors. That kind of thing that's when you're going to want high-powered guns. For everything else, for 3 and up, we move away from guns. Number 3, we have bows and crossbows.
Those are not necessarily a last resort. Those are more if you're planning to assault someone that you know has no means of blocking your weapons, like arrows. If you know that they don't have the right type of armor on to stop an arrow, or they don't have they're just really, really dumb, and if they're wearing something to stop you from hitting them with an arrow, you can at least hit them in a weak spot, because I doubt they're going to cover their neck, so you can paralyze their vocal cords at least, but you'll probably end up killing them if you shoot them in the throat. Obviously, this is very...
Arrow to the back usually equals death.
Yeah, but you could, if you're trying to get information out of someone, what you want to do, if you're trying to assault them in a stealthy way, you're going to shoot them in the backs of the knee. Because I have paid attention to this. It's better if you're trying to get someplace, especially in video games. If you're trying to get someplace, the thing you want to do is to distract everyone else instead of just killing someone. If you ever played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, or I think any of the Assassin's Creeds after 1, you had this poison hidden blade where if you could inject it into someone and they would start going loopy. That's great for distractions if you're on a stealth mission in that game. Or in AC4, they're adding in a blowpipe where you can shoot darts at people, make them go crazy. You can get to whatever you need to get to faster without getting in trouble.
Exactly. And the nice thing about bows and crossbows is that you still have a decent amount of range on both of those. Anybody who's not experienced shooting should probably use a crossbow, just because it is a little harder to aim with a bow. So everyone else tells me. I've used a bow since I was a kid, so I'm really good with them. And I actually own a very strong longbow. It's usually they hover around like a 40 to 80 pound test. My bow has a 130-pound test. It's even for me. I mean, like, I'm a big guy. I work out. I can maybe shoot 20 arrows effectively out of that bow. Before I would have to put on like finger guards, or even take a break just for endurance reasons. I mean, it takes a lot out of you to pull that thing back, but it is so powerful. I absolutely love it. But moving up to number 2, we have blunt weapons.
Baseball bats, crowbars.
Crowbars, baseball bats, hunks of wood, the bumper off your car, anything blunt that you can use to effectively beat the unholy hell out of something with.
A pan. A frying pan.
Frying pan, hell, a computer, anything. All of those things fall under blunt force weapons.
Flashlights.
Granted, you're gonna want something more like a baseball bat or a crowbar, something more,
heavy,
more multi-use. And
I doubt you'd want to carry a sledgehammer though, because those things, if you have one but no one in your group can carry it for very long, there's really no point in having it. Like,
yeah, always make sure you're outfitted with gear that is appropriate to you and or your group. Like I'm a very big guy. I have a couple of friends who are actually bigger than I am. I mean, like, I'm 6 foot going on 6'1", 250 to 260 pounds, depending on how much I ate that day. I mean, like, I work out on a regular basis. I keep in pretty decent shape. Any of us could wield a sledgehammer. It's just not my weapon of choice. But a friend of mine said that actually would be his weapon of choice, and I would believe it. I mean, like, he can throw those things around like nobody's business. So it all just depends on you and what you're capable of. Moving on from there, coming in at our number 1 spot, we have blades. Any kind of bladed weapon.
Old school bayonets, really long hunting knives, a sharpened hunk of wood, anything sharp enough to quietly slit someone's throat and murder them.
Yeah.
Or just something fun to hack away at someone with.
What?
Something fun to hack away at someone with.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, sword, machetes, knives, pocket knives, hatchets, tomahawks, anything, any one of those things, any kind of bladed weapon that can be, multi-use, and, effectively used to, take out a zombie and or, another type of enemy to hunt with, to process game with, to process wood with. I mean, any one of those things. Like, you always want your gear to be multifunctional. Otherwise, what's the point in carrying it? It's, if it doesn't serve at least two purposes, then you probably don't need it. And that goes for anything that you carry, any of your gear. You always want stuff to be multifunctional. So like with blades, yes, you have to manage some upkeep on them, but even if
it just really it just depends on what you're using the blade for. Like, if you're using a knife to cut wood up, then you're going to have to, that's going to be some high maintenance. But if you're just using it for average things like a hunting knife, you're using that to gut an animal, that'll last you a couple animals before you have to sharpen it. Like, I don't know, something like 20 or maybe, I don't know.
But definitely a decent amount.
Yeah, definitely, before you have to sharpen that thing again. But if you're using a tomahawk, I doubt you'll need to sharpen a tomahawk very often if you're chopping wood or killing animals or people with it. Because obviously, that thing was made for both those reasons. It was made for throwing at people or animals, and it was made to be able to cut up wood. It was supposed to be a multi-tool.
Yeah, like my own tomahawk. I have the M48 tactical tomahawk in black. You've seen it in my other videos.
If you have
spike
watched
end,
them.
I can drive through a cinder block in the matter of 1 to, I'll say, 4 hits. 5 is usually the most it ever takes, but I almost never have to use that. Like I said, I'm a big guy. I've got a lot of power behind a swing, and the penetrating power behind that spike is just awesome. Giggity, double entendre. I've never had to reform it. It's never bent or dulled.
However, I did mess up his girlfriend's katana.
Yeah, he knackered the blade of my fiance's katana, and she wasn't very happy about it. I had to fix it. But dumbass tried to smack wood with it.
Yes, I did.
Drag it. But the blade on my tomahawk, I've practiced throwing with it for going on almost a year now. We're like 3 weeks shy of a year, and I have yet to sharpen it, and it will still take the hair off my arm. It's that sharp. It holds a fantastic edge, and I've only used it for wood throwing.
Wait, you throw wood?
Yeah, I throw wood at it. I do it backwards.
Just like you stick it in the stump and you just turn around and start throwing hunks of wood at it and just chops it in half.
Yeah.
And the wood magically stacks up into a stack of firewood. Oh, how did that get there? I do not know.
It cords itself. Like always, drop a comment. Today,
Leave a like. Subscribe, homie.
Hit like, subscribe, and today, leave a comment of what your weapon of choice would be. We kind of asked that in the zombies video, but we'll ask it on here too. What would your weapon of choice be? And go with a backup weapon too. You always have to have a backup weapon.
Might as well tell them ours. Might as well tell them ours too. Like our primary and secondary weapon.
If they want to know that, they can watch the other zombie video.
True.
But they, try and make it as realistic as possible. Nothing outlandish like, oh, I'm going to have a bazooka and my backup weapon will just be a tank. No, I want realistic things like, your backup weapon being like a fucking hammer or something like that. Something that makes sense. So let us know what you think. Thanks again for watching, guys. As always, stay tuned. We're going to be popping out a bunch of videos soon, and hopefully continually.
Halloween Terraria. You okay, Drew?
Yes.
Are you sad because I interrupted you?
No, I'm texting.
Alright, I guess that's the end of this video. Wait, we have to wait 10 more seconds or else we'll be unlucky. Because we're at 13.
Why?
Because it's at 13
Why?
minutes. 13 minutes. It has to be over 13 minutes. If it's not over 13... Okay, okay, we're good, we're good. We're good.
I'm scared.
Hold me! Well, I guess that's it, guys. See you later.